Hey, in this video I want to talk about body language that women find most attractive. They did a study at Harvard University and they found that women can pick up on body language about 87% of the time. They can interpret it correctly, whereas men can only interpret body language correctly about 42% of the time. That's a huge difference, and that gives women a huge advantage when it comes to dating and relationships, because they can look at somebody and they can pick up on non-verbal signals and cues. So how do you adjust your behavior so you become more attractive to women? Because if you can adjust your body language, women are going to find you much more attractive, and the unspoken word is much more powerful than the spoken word. Now I'm going to be basing most of this video on scientific research, so everything you hear about is based on solid research, and they found from research, first of all, that men who use open poses, you're not closed, you're not hunched like this, but you're open, you're relaxed, you walk freely, women find this more attractive. And they also did another study at Loyola University, and they found that when you look a woman directly in the eye, women find you much more attractive, much more confident, and much more intelligent than a man who looks at her and then looks away or looks down or looks to the side and can't maintain eye contact. So if you can keep eye contact with a girl, you're going to be much more attractive to her. She's going to find you much more trustworthy, perceive you to be more confident, more intelligent, and she's going to be more attracted to you. Now, my favorite story about body language and the power of body language comes from James Bond, not the actual fictional character, but from Sean Connery, the actor who played James Bond in the movie series. Now, when the producers for Bond were actually auditioning people in London for the first James Bond movie, they had a lot of famous people going for the role. Michael Redgrave, Richard Burton, Cary Grant, all of these people wanted to play James Bond, and they were the top A-list actors at the time. Before the audition, the producers hated Connery. They didn't want him in the movie. They thought he was too big, too domineering, too muscular, and not the kind of guy they had in mind. They had a sophisticated, elegant man in mind, and Connery wasn't that. He was from Scotland, he was big, he worked out, he had muscle. Back in the 1960s, that wasn't elegance, and they weren't looking for that kind of person. But when Connery came into the audition, he blew them away. The reason why he blew them away is because he spent a day with his acting coach beforehand talking about body language, how he was gonna come into the audition and be completely relaxed and fluid and dominant. His acting coach at the time actually told him, imitate the movements of a panther, because they're relaxed, they're languid, they're fluid, and that gives off a dominant persona. People are attracted to it, and it's true because they've done studies into this. Women find men with open, fluid body movements attractive. So Connery goes into the audition and nails it. The producers look at each other and they just know this is the guy. He's got the masculinity, he's got the presence to play Bond. After the audition's over, they look out the window and they see him walking down the street below, and he's sauntering down the street like a panther, and he's kind of strolling and strutting, and the producer says he looked like he owned the street. The way he was walking, you could practically hear his balls clanging like steel. That's how confident and dominant he was in the audition, and his presence was just overpowering and intoxicating. So body language conveys a lot, right? It's not about what you say so much as how you present yourself to women. If you present yourself in the right way, you're confident, assertive, masculine, women are going to find you attractive. Now, if you want to build real attraction with a woman, I highly recommend you get a copy of my book, Atomic Attraction. You can pick up your copy today by clicking on the link on this video. And if you need help with a specific relationship problem, I do Skype and email consultations. And if you just want to get in touch, send me an email. I'd love to hear from you guys. Talk soon.